Welcome back to the greatest transfer of subscribers from other channels to my channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below what is your price target for Sofi. That's what we're covering here in this video. Give you guys the scoop as far as the potential gamma squeeze and the short squeeze with this trade. Now, keep in mind, I just got this headline from Public. If you guys are not invested with Public, check that link out down below in the description of this video. They do not use payment for order flow, and you will get up to $1,000 in free stock for signing up. But it says Sofi overtakes GameStop as Wall Street Bet's most talked about stock after getting the go-ahead to launch a bank. And that is right there. I'm not sure if you guys can actually see that or not. But Sofi is not a meme stock. It may benefit from people that are trading this like it is a meme stock, but Sofi is a long-term investment that is going to make its shareholders very wealthy in due time. The day you plant the seed or make your investment is not the day you reap the harvest. So people want to get rich quick scheme, which fine, that's all fine. We all want to hit the lottery and get a big trade or quite literally hit the lottery. But if you're somebody that is invested in Sofi for the long term, then this is great news. And why is that? Because like we went over in the last video, this is going to add $300 million of profits to the bottom line by 2025, bringing that total profit number to about $1 billion by 2025. So that is great. Some downsides to this is that Sofi cannot do anything related to crypto. Take a look at this. Sofi can launch bank provided it doesn't touch crypto, which that is pretty interesting because they already have some crypto related aspects to their business. But let's really get down to business now. Let's talk about the gamma squeeze as well as the short squeeze with Sofi. So if we're looking at the short interest is currently at 11.9%. The current shares that are sold short of 73.59 million, cost to borrow max at 1.25%, share utilization at 39.84%, and the days to cover at 2.58. Short interest is pretty high, definitely enough for a short squeeze, but the key aspect, like I said in the last video, is the amount of shares that are sold short and the days to cover. The days to cover at 2.58 days to cover means that to cover all of these shares that are sold short, 73.59 million, it's going to take 2.58 days to do so. So it's going to take a long time to cover on these short positions. And if we have another strong day tomorrow, I do think some hedge funds are going to start seeing margin calls, and then you are going to see that short squeeze actually start. I don't think today is actually starting a short squeeze. We do have a borrowed change or shares that were likely covered of about 500,000 shares. But considering what the volume currently is for the day, at about 107.7 million, I don't think this is a short squeeze. I think this is more FOMO buying as well as traders that are hopping into the stock. So all in all, that does look good right here. Certainly can't argue with it. As far as the gamma squeeze, that's where this really starts to get exciting. So for this Friday, you are looking at 8,500 calls that are out of the money for open interest at the $14 strike, 4,100 at the $14.50, and at the 15 you're looking at almost 25,000. So let me explain this very simply to you guys. So each call or any option controls 100 shares. So what happens is that when you buy calls, if there is not another retail investor that is there to sell you that call, which when you're talking about these kind of quantities or just in general, market makers will take 90% or more of the back end of those calls. So if you buy a call, the market makers will sell you about 90% of those calls. So when that happens, the market makers have a lot of liabilities. If the stock were to go to say $20 per share, they have to give you the stock at $15 per share. They would lose $5 per share or $500 on that option. And when you're talking about option chains or strikes on an option chain that has 25,000 contracts at the $15 strike, the market makers, they're not going to risk taking that kind of loss. So what they will do is they will buy 100 shares before $15 or slightly after the price goes over $15 to hedge out the 90% back end of these options that they have sold to you guys, usually the retail and institutional investors. So hopefully that makes some sense. So to do some basic math here, when you're looking at 25,000 for open interest, that controls as much as 2.5 million shares the market makers will have to buy to hedge out these options. When you mix that, the gamma squeeze, with the short interest being high, with the FOMO buying, as well as a major fundamental catalyst, that's when you can see explosive moves like we are seeing today with SoFi being up 18%. Now, the key that we need to break, the most important level, is right here. I'm going to tell you guys in just 1 second. Hopefully you already know this from the other people that you guys watch, but the 20-day simple moving average, we have the Bollinger Bands pulled up, and these lines, this green line on the top, this green line on the bottom, is 2 standard deviations away from the price of the stock. So in simpler terms, when these bands are more, closer together, more constricted, that's telling you less volatility. When they're more constricted, that is more volatility because the price of the stock is going up and down a lot more. So we're starting to see these widen, meaning there is likely to be more volatility ahead. But this line in the middle is the 20-day simple moving average. And that's exactly where we've been seeing a lot of activity around. If you guys take a look right here, we were, riding the 20-day simple moving average, got rejected, bounced back, and once we broke above this, we've seen a quite substantial move above this from $15 all the way up to about $16.50. So about $1.50 move. We stayed above that for a little while and then started to gap down under that to the lower end Bollinger Band, and now we have seen that gap up, but we also just got rejected off the 20-day simple moving average at about, what's that at, $14.38 per share. We're currently at $14.13 per share. So if we see a strong close above this 20-day simple moving average, tomorrow and the rest of the week looks very bullish. If we do not, then I would just expect that to happen tomorrow. If it does not happen tomorrow, then we're probably not going to see a continued breakout, as we are going to have to cross above that. As far as the MACD is concerned, you are looking at a bullish MACD. This yellow line did just cross above the blue line. It is somewhat hard to see, but this is actually a bullish MACD. So looking good in that aspect. As far as the other moving averages, my favorites, the 50-day, 100-day, and the 200-day moving averages are pretty much in line with what I would expect, in between about $16.59 per share and $17.30 per share. As far as my personal position in SoFi, I still do have 300 shares, 11.05% of my portfolio. Average cost $17.64 per share, down 20.10% or $1,062. Market value of about $4,200. I do have the $5 SoFi call for January 19, 2024. Paid $889 for this. It's currently worth $1,026, up 15.64% or $139. I do also have a SoFi $25 call for January 19th, 2024 as well. Down about 40% on that. Currently worth $343. Bought it for $570. And then I do still have the SoFi $20 call, excuse me. It's worth $26 right now. Bought that for $69. So down about 62.32% on that. All in all, if I were to put a price target on SoFi by the end of the week, I would say SoFi could honestly hit $20 per share. And even then, I think it's still under its fundamental value, even given the sense that the price targets are in between $22 and $30 per share. The lowest price target being about $16, and that's still $2 under where we trade right now. So I think it's pretty clear this bank charter adds a lot of value to SoFi in the long term and in the short term as far as a trade is concerned. So if you guys want to be part of the greatest transfer of subscribers from other channels to this channel, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below. If you guys want totally free stock with Moomoo, Webull, and Public, link down below in the description for that as well. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Ow, that hurt. Kind of. I'll see you in the next one.